Hello, this is MadCartographer, and I did the Vassal module for Amerika Bomber Evil Queen of the Skies by Gregory Smith, produced by Compass Games, and I wanted to show you how the module actually works. So let's dive into it. This is the only counter that you can see, and you just put it to whatever zone you are going to, okay? Over here you have your weather, and this is just a flip, all right, for all the counters. It doesn't matter which one, all right? So let's get into the menu up here. All these buttons work, although since this is solitaire, you really won't be needing any of them. So we have the German counters, and you can rotate, you can delete, okay? The American counters, and I'm going to put everything out here for a reason so you could see the cleanup and what it does once it's all ready to do that. And you have your miscellaneous counters, and that's it. Most of the counters in the game are actually on whatever boards, and they're invisible, and you just do the flip thing, okay? You can't move these ones, but you can move these guys. Anything out here you can move. There's one or two exceptions, okay? You now have your dice. All the graphical face is a 1. Let's see if I can get a 1 to roll. Okay, black, 1. The bomber positions. Okay, this is where you resolve your actual combat. And let's just grab one of these guys and throw them out here. And let's actually even grab a low, and he's a veteran as well. Okay. That is how this portion will work. We're going to come back to this map because we're going to add to it. So that's that. And here is our bomber mats. So all the bombers are here. All the counters are actually on there. And we'll just do this guy here because it's the easiest. This is your counter for your bomber. He goes over here and you work your way through the zones, which we'll do that in a little bit. Your crew status. This is all of your crews, and I added these letters in here to go with whatever they are. And the reason being is if you have a lot of wounds out here, I'm going to put them all out here so you can see what I'm talking about. These cover up whatever is down here. So that's why this is there, so you can know which one it is. And they just cycle through, the usual. The exception is the agent down here. You could add your agent. You could also do his wounds just like everybody else. You could decrease, you could reset. All right. So there's your agent. And all of your random events behave the same, and they just flip through, go all the way through it, and you can reset. All right. You have your front window. It could increase, decrease, and the reset. All right, all of your engines work exactly the same. Superficial, fire, and then that you could also do the reset as well. You have your rubber rafts, your bomb bay doors. All of your fuel tanks behave the same. And that's like for superficial, like if you get a tank rupture but it seals, you know it was damaged. You have a fuel leak, you have a fire, you could increase, decrease, reset. And then all the ailerons and flaps behave exactly the same. The tail planes, you get 3 damage. The rudder, you get 3 damage. The elevator, you get the usual. Then you have your your chaff, all right, and that's all they do is just that. You get damaged. Now your dupel or your chaff, there's several things you could do here because you could also do special missions. You could flip it, which decreases your number of chaffs. You could flip it again, and that's how you get your leaflets for your special mission. You could also reset, okay? So let me get back there. You could also go to inoperable. Now the way that the leaflets work, the special mission, is they take the chaff out and they put the leaflets in the chaff dispensers. So when you do these special missions, you do not have chaff. And if you get inoperable on both, you just lost the mission. Okay. Now these three work exactly the same. You notice they are just one large counter, not individual counters. You could increase, decrease, reset. Okay, that's how you do those. You could do your atomic bomb if you're doing one of those missions, or you could do your regular bombs or your camera for special missions. All right, your miscellaneous damage, do get the various damage counters. Okay. Your machine guns get inoperable, and you could do one of two inoperables. All right, they all do that the same. If you're using the extra, or what do you call it, the add-on rules, optional rules, you can keep track of your ammunition. All right, and they increase, decrease, and even reset back to their number, whatever it is. So let's just increase everybody to 0. And these guys, oops, I'm sorry, that one, are here for when you do your resolve missions, okay? So you put whatever out here as you resolve your missions. So like you fire, he goes back to where he's at, so you know you fired this guy. This guy could get damaged, undamaged. You could increase these. All right, so you get that. You could increase this for either veteran or ace. And this guy rotates so that he can go around to any of the positions that are on here. He also does a real quick 180. All right. Once you are all done and you need to clean up this map, hit the cleanup button. Everything goes back to where it's supposed to go. And thank you, Greg Amos, for showing me how to do this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is so handy for starting a new mission. All right. So once you've done everything on this and you're going to reset, boom, everything goes back except for this guy. This guy stays here where he's at. Even when you do the reset here, he stays where he's at. Everything goes back to where he's supposed to go, including this down here. All right, so that takes care of the bombers, and all of them are exactly the same. You know, I should say they work the same. All right, we have our pilot, or as Greg Smith says, the dress-up doll. We have our experience points. All right, you can scroll through that. Your ace gunner status, I did this a little differently. Instead of going in your sortie log and entering in, you know, somebody gets a kill and, you know, blah, 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 and then you have to hunt through it all to find out who has how many kills. I did it this way. So you could do 1, 2, 3, 4. Now he's an ace. All right, so that's how all these guys work. There is no reset on this because you're not really going to reset it. except at the very end of the game, which you're just going to close it out and start a new one anyways. All right, for your skills, all of them behave the same. And you can purchase your skill and then skill use so you know you used it. All right, and then it goes back. For the research track, this is the number that you have to roll or below to get your research. All right, so advance, achieved, and all those work the same. All right, none of these counters are movable. All right. You could start adding in your medals. All right, and they increase and decrease, and they also reset. Okay. They have different options because you will see some you could change them, some you either just get it or you don't. This part's a little wonky because I couldn't figure out how to do it. This is the complete counter. You'll notice it goes over this guy quite a bit. So if you want to do the Knight's Cross, you have to select this section to do it. All right, you could promote him, you could demote him, you could reset him back to start. Again, no cleanup button on this. Okay. And your sortie log. I added name in case you want to name your bomber. All right, but the way I do this is I do this as my sortie number. My target is what I rolled, the city, and the zone. Now I just entered whatever, okay, so, but you get the idea. And when you go to do your bomb, and this is the largest number you will put in there, and it fits in there. You could do on target, and I'm going to do this one below, or off target, the different colors so you could look at it and see at a glance what colors you have here as to how you are doing on your mission. You could write whatever you want. I usually do success or failed. Okay, all of them do the same, you know, for the whole thing there. The charts button will be removed for the released version. That way you have to purchase the game to be able to get the charts. All right, I added this in because it was part of the errata, and while we are on that subject, I did go through the errata that was released. I forget the date, but I'll come back to that because I'll show you. And I entered all the errata into the Vassal module with the exception of anything that is in the rule book, because I can't change the rule book, but I could change it in here. There is one exception, but it's in a chart, and it's, I believe, this one. Where is it? Quartermaster is spelt wrong, but I can't get quartermaster to fit in here when I type it in myself. I don't know what font they used and how they got it in there. So you have quartermaster on this one, but it won't matter to you because the charts won't be in there for you. Next phase. Okay, this is the main reason why I wanted to do the video for the module, and it'll become apparent here when I get to it. I apologize. I'm going to go all the way through to zone 6 and then all the way back, so it's going to take a few minutes. But this right here will basically walk you through the mission. So you roll for your target. If a special mission, you go to there, advance to next zone. All right, roll for encounter, resolve encounter, advance to next zone. And then this is where it gets a little bit weird, but it makes sense. Press the back button 3 times to roll for encounter a new zone. This is the back button you want to press, not this one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Now we're back at encounter. So you roll, resolve, advance, and then you back up. So you roll, resolve, advance, back up. Roll, resolve, advance. Now this is the reason why I had to do it this way. Say your target zone is here or here or anywhere. Okay, now I realize some of the target zones are not valid, but you'll get my point. If I did this so that it advanced you all the way out to zone 6, what if you're only going to zone 4, 3, 2, 5, whatever? You have to step all the way through it. And then when you get to your target zone, you have to step back or forward or whatever it is till you get to your target zone. This was the easiest way for this to work. All right. So now once you get to your target zone, instead of doing the back button, just keep going. So you're in your target zone. All right. Now it makes sense, right? Then you roll for your encounter, you resolve it, you do your AA fire, you bomb the target, you record and log, roll again for AA fire, and then you turn your bomber around, advance to next zone towards your base, then you roll for encounter, resolve, advance. Again, I'm going to go all the way through it. Do your back button. Encounter, resolve, advance. Back 3 times. All right, you roll, resolve, advance. Back 3 times. Roll, resolve, advance. Now you're in zone 1. When you get to here, just keep going. All right, when back in zone 1, roll for your weather. All right, we just happen to get good weather. All right. And then roll to land. Obtain awards. Spend your XP. Upgrade a new bomber. If final sortie for the month, conduct research on the research track. Mission is complete. New mission starting. And then there you go. But that was the way I had to do this. You had to hit the back button 3 times because it wouldn't work if I did all the 6 zones. And then how were you supposed to get to your bombing? So that's how that works. It works well. All right, so that's that. The cleanup works here, as I said, except for this guy here. The last thing I want to show you is 2 things in here. There is a Amerika Bomber help file. So thank you, Greg, for making this game. Also, I want to say thank you to the playtesters, Greg Smith, Weasel, who is Kurt. I can't pronounce this, but it's Greg Amos, and Mo. Thank you guys for all of your playtesting. Also, a thank you goes back to Weasel, who is Kurt, for his quality control. Much appreciated. And just lets you know that I did all the errata except for everything that is in the rule book because I can't change it. And then it just tells you how to use it. Everything has hidden counters where everything should go. Right click on the locations like I showed you. Okay. And then right here will be a link. I'm making the video now, but I will link this video here so you could watch this and see how things work. And then I give a couple of examples. So thank you for purchasing Amerika Bomber and for also downloading the free Vassal module. Also for if you are on Discord, you could click this. It will take you to the Compass Games Discord server. So if you're on Discord, please join us. If you're not on Discord, please consider joining Discord and coming here to join the Compass Games Discord server. There's a lot happening there. The last thing I would like to show you is I get tired of hunting for rule books. You don't have to do that anymore. There it is. Okay, it's here. We don't have to do that anymore. So if you have questions on rules, boom, brings up your rule book. You don't even need to have the physical copy near you. but you will have to have, purchase it so you could have the charts. Again, the charts will all be removed and deleted from the game for the release. All right, everything works great. I've been given the go ahead to upload the module, so that will be happening in a day or two. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for purchasing the game from Compass. Thank you, Greg, for making it, and that's it. Thank you.